Hey, everybody. Hello. Hello. How is everyone doing? Let me see here. Let's see if I have any moderators in the room. There's Lucky Girl. I got a moderator, and Lulu. And Cheryl. Hi, Peggy, my dear. How are you, my love? Beth, Jennifer, Rebecca, Clarence, Teresa, Meduchis, Marby, Sherry, Rolanda. Idiots are blowing fireworks. Hey, B-Barb, my dear, how are you? I haven't seen you in a few days. Beth, Kathleen, Clarence, Rondell, how you doing? You're down in Australia, aren't you? Are you in Australia, Rondell? I believe so, if I can remember correctly. Hey, Freda, Desrat. Let's see, Epiphany, Sandra from Connecticut. Hello, Sandra from Connecticut. Dorothy. Hey, Virginia Bird. Yes, you are. Rondell, I had a question for you, since I know you're you're a friendly neighbor down under. What is the program in Australia called Four Corners? Is that a legitimate news source? Hi, Cappy's mom. How you doing? You're in Queensland. Okay. What's Four Corners TV show? Hi, Amy in Wisconsin. Hi, Liz in Minnesota. Kathleen, Clarence. Hello, Linda, Sherry Ann. Hi, Neru in Delaware. Is it a legitimate program, Rondell? Because I just watched two very interesting shows yesterday on Four Corners that is it a legitimate source of information, or is it the equivalent to our Fox News Rupert Murdoch crap over here in the US? Hey, Dorcas, Becky, and Carmen. Moose, he's right here laying down next to me. Let me see if I can show you guys. Can't really, but see him down there? That's Moosey Goosey down there. He's sleeping. Came in here with his mommy because he's my shadow. He just likes to hang out. Let me see if Rondell. Oh crap! Did I miss your comment? It is legit, but I fear that Murdoch is a silent partner in ABC here, not Fox at all. Okay, you know what I saw on Four Corners? I saw a video yesterday. It was on YouTube. It was over 1 hour long, I believe, or close to 1 hour, about 55 minutes. A program that they had to the Quackanoners over there in Australia. And it was a report that apparently your prime minister has a close friend. I guess his wife takes care of their property and watches the dog and cleans the house and all that stuff. But that lady's husband apparently, and his son, not your prime minister's son, the lady's husband and son are both Quackanoners. And I believe the prime minister was supposed to be addressing people in parliament to an audience of sexual abuse survivors, and his QAnon friend was prompted by some other QAnon people to slip in language that is recognized by that whole group of people. And the language was, quote, ritual sex abuse. And that made headlines over there in Australia, I guess. And Four Corners was trying to ask him where he got that information. And then I believe Parliament in the Senate started questioning about the Prime Minister's close family or close friends, because they were concerned that he had ties to the Quacknoners. So that was brought up a few times in question. That show I watched, and to comment, but that's why I was wondering. I was like, is this because we don't have that here in America? So I was just watching the replay on YouTube. Lucky Girl saying, yep, okay, the PM is also a member of the cult. Shut up, Rondell. It was Rondell. It was on that same show, on that very same show from Four Corners. They showed a video of I didn't catch her name, and I should have written it down, from one of the senators. She looked Asian, dark, salt and pepper hair, very, very short cut, like a pixie cut. And she was questioning the Prime Minister's people about that man and how that language was put into the speech, because that was very targeted language to those cult people over there. I was just like, no way, no way. Yeah, just that his friends are cute. Yeah, Jennifer. And then they were saying in that show that the wife, the lady that was taking care of their home, and okay, Penny Wong. Okay, yes, it was her. It was her. Thank you, Rhonda. The Prime Minister's lady that took care of the house and everything, that was married to the Quackanoner, she no longer works there, but they are uncertain if that relationship is still ongoing, meaning the friendship with the Prime Minister and the Quackanoner guy. And then the family of the Quackanoner man, they ended up turning him into, I believe it's the equivalent over there in Australia, Rondell, if you can correct me, to our national security. I don't know if it's the same department or the same name, but they ended up reporting him there because he was getting very violent and sending very violent, threatening messages. Okay, so Rondell is saying there are 13 members are in the current federal government, plus some high in the. What do you say? What do you mean there are 13 members in the current federal government? That they're Quackanoners, Rondell? That they're Quackanons? Hi, Bam Bam. Hello. Ministers, no. Hillsong members. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Scotty from marketing. Yeah, that's what Dr. Lena refers to him as. Yeah, according to that program that I saw, that's why I was asking Rondell. Damn. And then Rondell, I saw another channel, another show from that Four Corners, that I don't know how long ago this was, but that a bunch of the Quackanoners went out and started burning your 5G towers, saying that the 5G towers are spreading corona, simultaneously stating that coronavirus isn't real. Oh, okay. Okay, got it, Rondell. Thank you so much. 13 federal prime ministers. Okay. Jeez Louise. Man, that's crazy. Is CG in the chat? Our dear friend CG? Is he in? Has anybody seen him? Oh, you haven't seen it, Rondell? Yeah, I saw it. It was a show on Four Corners, and it was showing a bunch of the crazy anti-vaccine. They're anti-vaccine COVID deniers, but they were bringing down cell phone towers, saying that cell phone towers, the 5G cell phone towers, are spreading COVID. And I was like, how can you hold all those three conflicting ideas in your head at the same time? It doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But, that's a number one for conspiracies, reason not allowed. So, Oh, you haven't seen CG yet, lucky girl? Oh, I haven't either. But I wanted to break the bad news to him. Last time I was live, I think I had mentioned that my cards may have been incorrect. I don't remember the cards exactly, but I remember it ended with mice. And he had been asking, speaking of mice, there it is. He had been asking Nina Turner and her election coming up. And a while ago, I forgot when he asked me, but I had pulled cards, and it landed with mice. The last card was mice. And then as the polling started to come out yesterday, I was thinking, or yesterday, the last time I went live, I told him that that I may have to eat my words, and I was rooting for Nina Turner. Oh crap, that's Rondell. That sucks. The world would be a better place the day that son of a bitch croaks. So anyways, the results came in today, and sure enough, Nina Turner did not win. So once again, the Lennies strike. So I'm pretty upset about that. I was really hoping I'd misunderstood the cards, or that I didn't interpret them correctly. But no, that was the final say, and that is a clear no, that there may be some nefarious cheaty stuff going on, but no, she didn't win. She did not win. So I'm pretty bummed. Well, Rondell, when that happens, you and I are having a beer, and I don't even drink beer. So that will be a day to celebrate for sure. What's going on, T-Barb? Who was serious? Let me see. Did I miss your... Oh, okay. I see your comment from before, where your brother had a girlfriend because she thought she had caught a virus from a computer. Dear God. Dear God. Hey, GM Dave, I didn't even see you sneak in here. I didn't even see you sneak in. Hi, Karen. I'm on? Well, that's good to know, Rondell. That's good to know. Yeah. Man, oh man. I hope the picture is clear. It's hard to tell because I'm on YouTube Live, and it looks clear on the YouTube Live, I don't know how it's coming across to you guys, if it's coming in all blurry or jacked up or what. Hey, Karen. How you doing? Just over here chit-chatting, burning time, talking to my little Aussie friend, Rondell. Rondell, is it proper to call you a Kiwi? Can you please let me know, is that proper or no? I'm hanging in there, Karen, hanging in there. Oh, it's because the fan, Pretty Pearl. It's the fan's on. Hi, Chief Wang Lung. Okay, no Kiwis. Okay, you're an Aussie. Okay, got it. Got it. I will not call you a Kiwi. I will not call you a Kiwi. Yes, Rebecca. I was asking Rondell about Four Corners, a show that's in Australia. Hey, Keisha, what you doing, girlfriend? What are you doing? Nice to see you. You guys can see it clearly? Okay, because I don't know if it's coming in blurry or what. Hold on. Hold on. So I don't want to be staying on too late tonight, you guys. It's like 9 o'clock here. 1 minute to 9 o'clock in the evening. And this shit is blurry. Give me 1 second. Okay, that looks better. I just had to refresh my page because it was coming in like super, super blurry. All righty. Hope you guys can see this up here. And the date. March 8th, 2021 was when I did that tableau for this person right here, Andrew Cuomo. Lord have mercy. Okay. I was trying to find that video, and I'll have to go back and look for it. I think I just titled it GT and didn't specify what it was. Yes, Rondell, go ahead. Both of my email addresses are in the description box of every video. Yeah, so let me pull the tiles out, but this is from March 8th, 2021. And while I'm pulling tiles, I thought it would be a good time to discuss some things which I feel need addressing. So when I was doing the live stream for this back in March, I understand the circumstances. I lived it with you guys. We were in the middle of a pandemic. We had a terrible, awful idiot that was playing president at the time. Every day there was more and more deaths and absolutely no direction at all coming from leadership. And Cuomo stepped in to fill that vacuum. When I did this tableau, and I was telling you all what I was seeing here, I distinctly remember seeing in the comments section, Andrew Cuomo didn't do it. That's his culture. He prefers older women, yada, yada, yada. I understand the backdrop. Like I said, I lived it with you guys. But I think that this would be a good time to address and bring up the fact that that sort of those things that were said in my chat room were inappropriate. You know, he did not say that he prefers older women. I don't know where that came from, or if somebody put that in his mouth. I don't know. But that is not an excuse, because his name has a D by it, and we were dealing with an asshole. You know, it's his culture. That is also not an excuse. Because with that mentality, you might as well just let any man that wants to come and sexually harass you and grope you should be okay, because that's their culture. So I didn't appreciate at all what was being said in my chat room in regards to this tableau and people defending Andrew Cuomo at all. It's like it's almost giving license and normalizing that behavior. You know, so I would appreciate it as well if other readers that come into my chat that are getting something different to not insist that my readings are saying what their readings are saying, because that is not the case. My reading said he did it, he's getting in trouble, he's going to get out of there, and this woman is going to be the one that comes in. And if your reading says something different, then by all means stick with what yours says, but don't. I have no tolerance at all for sexual misconduct, or people sexually harassing women or sexually abusing women. It's not appropriate in the workplace or anywhere else. And as an audience or a community, we should really think about how, just because we have a personal bias towards a person, how some people, a lot of us, are prone to want to defend them even when something this horrible comes out. You know, so no. Groping women, hurting women, abusing women, all of that. So I said what I had to say. If you're a reader, please do not come into my chat when I'm doing readings and tell me that it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that, and he's being blackmailed and someone else is working against him to out him and this. That's your read, not mine. I don't care if you think that it's his culture. That's your opinion. I don't agree with it, and I believe that it's wrong. Okay, so just to put that out there, and I'm sorry if I sounded like a bitch, but no, it's that sort of thing that needs to stop. What is Marie Henson saying? So this is what I had said. He did it. That problem is coming directly from his entourage. This woman here ends up in government, and she's going to end up sliding into the position of power. You can't see the tableau down here. He's going to be pressured and continue to be pressured to resign, but it looks like he's eventually gets cut off, like cut out. Bubs, what are you doing? You can't, Bubs. What are you doing? You can't fit back there. You're too big. You're too big. I disagree, Kathleen. I disagree. And it's not hubris. I don't go into other people's channels and tell them that their reading is incorrect and mine is right. So I had said that this person here, him, Cuomo, the problems were coming from within his own entourage, birds and house, and house right next to it. This is your closest people, closest to your home office, the people at work, those closest to you. This woman here, she sits in tower. She ends up going to government. What happened, Debsy? And this way, she ends up sliding into a position of power. The suffering of women. Cross sits on woman. He's going to try to stick it out, though, big time, because anchor sits back on man. This was in March, so we are about here. This would be the column for August, so we're right about here. So this is what has just been brought to light. And then this is the next column we have coming up ahead. We haven't even gotten into investigations here into public corruption, financial dealings that were made, the situation with the nursing homes and the deaths here, corrupt agreements that were made as well for Cuomo's financial gain. It looks like that investigation moves into this next column here. So, and then this was his line of fate. It's got Rider and House Whip, or Rider, Whip, Bouquet, and Snake. There's the news of the pleasurable sex and abusing and assaulting women sexually with Whip here. And then he gets in a shit ton of trouble. Snake sits on Cross. And he's found guilty of stealing from the public or public funds here through contracts for his own gain. So there's that. And it's not, according to this, if I'm interpreting it correctly, it's not over yet with the corners. This thing is even more widespread when they find the contracts that he's linked to. So there's that. I know GM Dave. He's just showing pictures of him kissing all these people. And it's like, did you grab their asses too? Because that's what you did to the cop and everybody else. There was a police officer that he wanted on, and then he was harassing her to wear a dress and this, that, and the other thing, and grabbed her butt and this and that, and reported it. They just told her to just shut up, and this is why I have no tolerance for using that behavior with, it's culture, or he prefers older women, wherever that comment came from. But seeing it specifically in the chat room. Well, according to the report from Letitia James, unless you're going to call Letitia James a liar, everybody was way younger than him. Even saying that that's his preference, then how is that even excusable? So I just, no. And I understand that, T-Barb, because he filled that vacuum when we had a massive failure on our hands at the highest level of government, Exactly, Patrice. We cannot make excuses. Oh, well, it's this. Oh, well, it's that. No, you touch somebody without them wanting you to. That's a problem. So I understand where people wanted a hero, because shit, when Trump left office, we were over freaking almost 600,000 people dead. I get it. I really do. But that doesn't mean it's that we should be making excuses for that type of behavior. So that's what I've heard, Patrice, that he's a narcissistic piece of shit, corrupt as hell, and a narcissist like almost as bad as Trump. You know, of course he was out there in the cameras. It was giving him good press, you know, so yeah, that's what I got. So I'm just saying, I don't know what this, when this public corruption stuff comes out, and there's something here about resources that he had financial agreements with some friends, that gets investigated. But that's this next column here. So perhaps around September is when that comes out. But I think he's going to have to get cut out. He's got in this tableau, he had Scythe sitting on Storks and Storks sitting on Scythe. He's gone to a place of no return. He can't get out of this. And then today in his press briefing, you know, he threw Democrats under the bus. Like, that's the only thing he has left, is to try to grab at people in higher positions like Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer and all those people. He threw them under the bus, trying to scapegoat through them, you know. So, but I'm getting he's cut out. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What is this? Lily sits on child. There might be something where this whole situation where this whole situation doesn't resolve here, because here it's in this column for September, it's still showing ongoing investigations. If these are the records, emails, voicemails, I don't even know how many documents Letitia James went through, hundreds of thousands, I believe, 170 something thousand documents. You guys, is that correct, or am I making up numbers? Does anybody know how many documents Letitia James went through? Let me see. $175,000, Irma. Thank you. Thank Irma de Santiago. 175,000. Those are making their way this way. But this tableau ends with Fox here. I don't see this being a political hit job. I get that he did it, and the problem came from those closest around him, because these are the cards that are most immediate around him. Perhaps he took a trip with the woman this way here. That was the next column over. Big problems with the trip that he took with the woman that was in government. Several women, actually, because it's Crossroads right behind her. I mean, GM Dave, they were saying 179,000 documents, I think, today. Interviewed 179 witnesses. So unless all those 179 witnesses are lying and everybody's in on some grand conspiracy, he did it. He did it. You know, I did not see some ginormous conspiracy around him to oust him in this tableau, because the betrayal is not supported. It sits all the way outside here. this would be like some sort of agreement to steal, but that agreement comes to steal from the public. And also perhaps through stuff that had to do with travel and contracts that were made for the good of the public. Like I said, we're just getting to the sexual harassment stuff. Wait till they start looking at the gifts that he got and how he's lying about it. And if you follow these two up, it comes from the public. So there's some sort of a deal that he's in where he made loads of money. Loads of money. Because of this right here. Agreement for finances with friends. Right there. That is going to hold, that looks like it leads into a whole nother chapter. Proceed with the prosecution so we can get to the execution. Cute one, GM, Dave. And then he pulled a total Trump today. He pulled a total effing Trump today, you know? I mean, I think they said at the press briefing that it was a culture of a toxic work environment. And I understand, because I can't imagine being a young woman in my early 20s and going to work in a place like New York or Albany, wherever the hell his offices is, and having the boss coming on to you and thinking he is a super powerful man, he can ruin my life. And what I mean by that is just make you completely unemployable anywhere in the area. He had that power to do that. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not acceptable in any way at all, you know? So these women, I would imagine, were very scared, you know, if thinking I'm going to get fired, nobody else is going to hire me ever because, you know, it's Cuomo, you know, holding that over their heads. Like, it's not acceptable. You lived it, Irma? I can imagine it's still happening, Kelly. And that's why I was saying earlier when I went on my little rant that when there's allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment, it really irks me to see people take the role of defending the person that's being accused. Because now you're shaming the victims, you know? Like, I hate whataboutisms. I really do, because usually those are false equivalences. But when Donald Trump said of Eugene Carroll that he had not raped her because she was, quote, not my type, how is that any different than Cuomo or whoever in the chat room last time said that Cuomo has said that he prefers older women? It's the same thing. You're still giving him a pass. You know, it's the same exact thing. One is saying you're ugly, the other one saying basically the same thing. It's gaslighting. Exactly, Feisty. It's gaslighting. And it really upsets me when I see people, like, you know, when you want to have a hero and that person turns out to be a total piece of crap, to run and defend that person while shaming the victims. You know, it's not right. So we do, Amy. We do. And it made me think a lot about, why a lot of women don't come out. Because of, just think about the comments that took place in my own chat room when I was doing this tableau a while ago. Because everybody wanted to think Cuomo was a nice guy. They made excuses for him. Now put yourself in the shoes of one of the women that was being victimized. Well, I can't go out and say anything because he's Andrew Cuomo. I'm the one that's going to get in trouble. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was very upset that night when I did this grand tableau, and I just had to just shut my mouth, because I didn't agree with any of the comments when people were defending Cuomo at all. It is, Amy. It is. And I don't think it's ever going to stop, really. I'm a troublemaker, Cheryl. Exactly, Patrice. Exactly. Unless you're fortunate enough to have a female boss, Exactly, feisty butterfly. And imagine having that experience around a person as powerful as Cuomo, who could have literally ruined those people's careers moving forward for them even mentioning something, or Lord forbid, hurting his fragile ego and rejecting him. You know, they he could have threatened that they'll never find jobs in that place, in that state, or that he did that to who was it? He did that same exact thing. There was a Democrat in the House Senate, was it, that had came out against Cuomo when the allegations of sexual assault had first come out, and Cuomo went after that guy, and it was a man. And then the paperwork and everything was leaked. I don't remember if it was paperwork or a phone call that he said, "I will ruin your life. You will never have a job in this city again. I will ruin you." So that's how he treats people. You know what I mean? So just imagine being a woman under that. And that's why I have no tolerance for trying to glorify or whitewash how terrible a person is simply because he made us feel safe during a pandemic. That's serious shit, dude. Like 11 people. Come on now. There's probably more that haven't come forward, you know? Exactly, Marie. Just because the GOP accepts it doesn't mean we have to. Get rid of that trash. Get rid of them. And if there's a civil case, take it there. And if there's a criminal case, take that all the way to the end, you know? Exactly, Becky. It's just hard. It's hard when just one woman standing up. Exactly. It was Representative Kim from Queens. He was the one that leaked the phone call that he got from Cuomo. Yeah, do you remember that, Debs? When he was like, "I'll ruin your life," da 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 da. You know, I'm sure that a lot of the women that he was harassing probably had that in their mind, probably saw how he was if he was treating people like that and thought that they could also have their careers ruined, you know? So, yep. I don't remember if Representative Kim quit, Lily B. Exactly, Kelly. Exactly. And then it's always, it's a culture of excusing the man and blaming the woman. And the women are always the ones that have to levy and shoulder that shit. Well, you shouldn't have worn a dress. You shouldn't have done your hair like that. You shouldn't have done your makeup like that. Maybe you were acting too promiscuous. Maybe you shouldn't have said what you said. Maybe your voice shouldn't be what it is. Maybe you wore the wrong shoes. Maybe you shouldn't, be wearing those bras that are push-up bra. You see what I'm saying? It's always okay to victimize and shame and put down the women while making excuses for the bad behavior of the men, especially when it comes to men in positions of power. So it's not right. It's not right. Oh man. It's just this, I don't know. I don't get it. But just to let you all know, if there is ever another anybody getting accused of sexual harassment, mm-mm, mm-mm. Really, Kelly? And that's another thing that, you know, the demographics for me on this channel are mostly women. Um, it's just we I us readers tend to have a higher subscriber count of women than we do men, and I really do appreciate the gentlemen that are here. They seem super cool and nice and well behaved and not like assholes. But that's another thing, Kelly. It's besides the sexual harassment and everything that takes place at work, there's also the entire opposite aspect of, well, we don't want to hire her because she's about to get married, or she's young and she may get married and then she'll have kids, so she might not be reliable because she needs to take time off of work to raise her kids and maternity leave and this, that, and the other thing. Then the other flip side of that is, oh, well, she's an old hag, we don't want to hire her. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's sexism and ageism, but the whole sexual harassment stuff in the workplace is not just in the workplace, anywhere, absolutely unacceptable. And there should be absolutely zero tolerance or zero defense from anybody at all making excuses for that shit, because all you're doing is victim shaming and victim blaming the victims. Good night, Pamela. So yeah, that's what I got from this tableau. So just be on the lookout for this, because it stops here. I can't see ahead. So Michael Avenatti. Oof. Exactly, Kelly. Exactly. Trust me, girl. I know it too. I'm lucky that my boss is also a female and she's younger than me and she's got kids. I'm lucky, but I did go through quite a few shit male bosses that were pigs, that were just gross, 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 you know? Yeah, and the same thing with Michael Avenatti, So, mm-mm-mm. Hi, Lori Kettle. You have a female boss too, Kelly? We should have more females in positions up there because, ugh. It is slow, feisty. It is slow. And the reason that I was bringing all of that up, is because, we have to be able to, regardless of our political views, thank you, Sue, regardless of our political views, our political associations, whether a person's a Democrat or Republican, blue, green, yellow, white, red, whatever, to look at things objectively and put away the bias and realize that when it's something serious like that, there's no excuse. We shouldn't be making excuses, Oh my God, T-Barb. Are you serious? Ew. He had you fooled, Keisha? I don't know what it was about Avenatti, but right from the get-go, I was like, there's something off about that guy. There's something off about that guy. He just seemed like a little GQ wannabe little prick. I don't know. There was just something off in his character that I was like, huh. Oh my God. T-Bar, I'm going to have to look that up. Exactly, Diva. And I just saw somebody earlier talking about, meanwhile, Matt Gaetz, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, stay calm. That idiot is in a world of trouble. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Cuomo did this. He's trying to back out of it. He's trying to grasp onto everything that he has because he's a power hungry, narcissistic pig. And he's going to get in trouble. Gaetz, same thing. Same thing with Gaetz. We have issues on our side of the house. We clean house. There's issues on the Republican side of the house. They just let it run and run and run and run, and let them dare try to whataboutism this with, look at the Democrats, they have a bunch of sexual predators. Look at Matt Gaetz, who's sitting in your house, who was trafficking children. Okay, so it's like, if they try, good luck. You see, look what Al Franken did when he was called on for sexual. Exactly, he resigned right off the bat. Actually, he was kind of pushed out by Kirsten Gillibrand, and then it turned out that it was a total political hit piece. And then Kirsten Gillibrand was sitting there eating crow saying, I'm so sorry. But that speaks of Al Franken's character. Al Franken was like, okay, I'll step down. And he stepped down. And then months later, we found out, it was a political hit piece. And there was nothing there. But at least he stood on principle and did the right thing. Cuomo is sticking to his guns, even though he's guilty as shit. Same thing with Matt Gaetz. Let the law deal with them, Oh, he was fake all along, Keisha. Oof. And you know what? That's the same. I didn't know anything about Cuomo at all until the COVID happened. And then I started seeing him every night on TV giving updates and updates and updates and updates. And it was just kind of like, huh, there's something off about that, And I forget what it was when there was all this buzz that people wanted to marry Andrew Cuomo, and I had pulled cards, and I forget what was, I think it might have been this, something like this, but I remember Bear and Snake was in that spread. Somebody had asked if they would marry Andrew Cuomo. And I said, no. But I said, be careful. This person's dangerous and they're not what they appear to be. Well, here we are finding out. Bear. Sun talks about being very successful, bright, optimistic, having the fortitude and all that stuff. Bear is power. Overpowering, bully, and a liar. You know, so no, sir. Sometimes my skepticism is a terrible thing, but a lot of times it keeps me from eating a shit sandwich. I'll just tell you all that right now. So, yeah. Why did she go after Cuomo first before Donnie? She can't go after Donald Trump for the sexual harassment charges because Department of Justice stepped in and said they're going to cover him because they deemed that what he said about Eugene Carroll was during his official capacity as president. So I'm just saying, Sagine. Who's D. Lemon, Keisha? Hey, Debs, thanks. Well, that's the thing about being skeptical, Sagine. So you don't eat the shit sandwiches. Yeah, they can only do civil cases. I don't know. Somebody said, T-Barb, somebody said, what's up with D. Lemon? And I was like, huh? Oh, you guys talking about Don Lemon? What's going on with Don Lemon? Oh, thanks, Debs. What happened with him? I don't ever watch CNN, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Did something happen to him or what? What did he say about that, Keisha? Do you know? Then Chris Cuomo on CNN's getting a bunch of shit for parading around his brother and trying to whitewash the shit that he did and throwing him softball questions, and that's not even journalism and his journalistic malpractice and blah, 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 trying to have a rehabilitation tour of his reputation all over CNN during COVID because he knew what he was doing was dirty and bad. And it's just, whatever. Oh, okay, Keisha. I don't know. I don't ever watch CNN at all. At all. I know, John. I know. Oh, okay, Keisha. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dave. Careful, Dave. Don't go crazy. I had heard somewhere that Joe Manchin had gone to some fundraiser with a bunch of Republicans. And then later I had seen something that Kristen Sinema had been meeting with Mitch McConnell. And I'm like, of course, of course, of course. So, yeah, but that's it, you guys. I think I'm just going to shut it up here. It's almost 10 o'clock. I got an early day tomorrow. I've been on for an hour. I didn't talk about anything other than saying he did. She's going to slide in. And there's still this whole public corruption and self-dealing with contracts for himself. And something here about retirement community deaths here, that they hid the results this way. For something, if you go this way, airborne, this way, the health and the housing in communities with seniors, these four here, and how they try to keep it quiet. So this is where we're at here, and then there's still this stuff here to go, and I can't see past that because that's the last column, and that's looking like September, but there's all this stuff over here in like this portion of the tableau that has to do with the nursing homes and some sort of self-dealing contract he was in with some friends. And it's not little bits of money, it's loads right here, significant amount of money. And that gets looked into. You got Key and House Fox, so significant fraud, because I don't think this is in regards to, I mean, it could be work, but since it sits here next to Bear, I'm thinking that's finances. And then friends here that are fraudulent, and also people friends that he may work with. He's got tower behind him, but it's still below. Isolation, not isolation as in going to jail, but isolated from friends. He doesn't have anybody to fall back on. Dog sits far as well from where he sits to here. Not good. Not good. This is not good position, meaning you don't really have people that you can rely on to have your back. Garden sits relatively far from him. Traditionally, that means that you'll be getting an invitation to go somewhere. And he's got birds here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's called 2 more interviews, because he's got birds sitting right here. So more interviews, perhaps in some sort of private setting, because it's house, what other people don't see, as opposed to books, which is a secret or something classified. This appears to be more private. But he's alone. He doesn't have people, based on relation of near and far to these two. And then here saying that, and then also Cross is far from him. And this is talking about prolonged suffering for his affairs with the many, and that comes under investigation. So this is prolonged over a long period. It looks like it goes well past when this tableau finishes, which is, it's looking like next month in September. It keeps going, but in that meantime, he's cut off. And then it keeps going, and then eventually there's Snake and House Cross. Big trouble. So I would have to do it again, because this stops, it looks like next month. There may be a referral from the investigations that comes out this way. His reputation and his career is ruined this way. But she's the one that steps into power right here. It's Coffin, which sits next to her, which is almost like she didn't have an opening, but this way she does, because of what follows Coffin. And she's been awfully quiet as well, but she eventually gets the spotlight here as the person that is trusted. So it's kind of like people knew what he was like behind closed doors. They knew that he was problematic and all the trouble that he caused and all the bad things that he would say with birds, clouds and birds, in private or to those closest to him, and what he would say to people at parties as well here with Garden. That made people quite anxious, but they knew about it. They all knew about it. I don't see immediate betrayal against him because Snake is far, 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 far away. But it's looking more like because he's got anchor on his house, a very persistent, overbearing, not budging sort of person. Like, he doesn't let up. He does not let up. And that may have caused problems here within the entourage and people closest to him, also with family as well, his personal family, close family. But there's there's going to be very important investigations into finances right here coming up this way. And it looks like some of it may have to do with contracts. Some of it may have to do with health around communities where seniors may have been living, funds and resources that may be missing from there, contracts that may have been taken away from these 4 cards here, a community where seniors lived and their health. So stuff was taken from here as part of a financial contract. So that's what I get. So I'm just saying, hope you all didn't mind my rant. And if you're a reader, please keep your readings to yourself. Like, that's why Johnny and Jenny and I are always like, if somebody said something on their channel, that's fine. But I don't go on other people's channels and try to put my readings there. That's just, I see it as being very disrespectful to other readers. I don't think it's good etiquette, and I don't appreciate it when it happens here. So with that, y'all stay safe. It's almost 10. I'll try to come back on tomorrow because I did the charts. Oh, God, where are they? Hold on. They're back here, which I need to do them. I'll try to get to them this week. Let's see, who do we have? These are the ones that I did the charts for that I need to throw tableaus on. Got Paul Gosar, Ron Johnson, and Mark Meadows. So I gotta figure out which one I'm gonna do. To see if I can do a tableau, and I'll try to come back on tomorrow or the day after. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all be safe. Wear your masks. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I am so sorry, CG, that Nina Turner lost her election, but the mice is the mice is the mice, and those little bastards. Okay. All right, you guys, have a good night. Bye-bye.